Hi everyone, so today I'm going to talk to you guys about my April favorites. I know I haven't done any videos this month, but I've still been wearing makeup and loving a lot of products, so I figured it's the end of the month and it'd just be a good way to tell you guys what I've been loving this month. And please don't mind me touching my hair. I just cut my hair, so I'm like a hair toucher right now and it's super annoying. I know. Okay, so first off, I'm going to start off with, I'm just going to go in order as I would do my face. So first off, I'll just talk about this primer. This is the Hourglass primer. This is super expensive, and when I just have a sample, and when I first started using it, I was like, I don't know why everyone loves it. I just don't love it. I don't know what it is. And I just couldn't figure out why everyone loved it. They were like, it's really good for oily skin, it'll make your oils not peek through, and I felt like it made me oilier. Like, I'm not super oily, but I do get oily in my T-zone, and I just felt like it made me oilier. Well, I started using it, and I was using a ton, so I love this, but the two key things I've learned is you need to use less is more with this, like a tiny, tiny bit in the areas that you want to, combat the oils, combat the pores, stuff you kind of try to hide. A tiny, tiny bit, and let it sink in, like 5-10 minutes, letting it sink into your skin before you apply your makeup, and I think it makes a world of difference. So with those two things, with any primer really, if you're using a primer and you're like, I don't really find it makes any difference whatsoever, try using less and try letting it sink in and see if that helps. Okay, now I just want to quickly go over this Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I have two shades I mix when I'm tan or when I'm pale. I just really love this foundation. I think everybody can use this. I think if you're dry, if you're oily, if you're combination, I think you would love it. The coverage is really good. I just think it looks natural for the amount of coverage you're gonna get. I really love this. It's just a staple. I'm actually trying out the Milani 2-in-1 foundation, and I honestly think that they're really comparable. Milani's thicker, but the finish, once it's on your skin when you're looking at it, I think they're super comparable. But I've only been using this one for a little bit. So for these two, I love them. I love the shades. They have a huge shade range. I just think that most people are really going to like this foundation. Moving on to concealer. Two things about this concealer. This is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. The one thing I love about this concealer is I like the formula. I just think that the formula is nice. I bought it a couple years ago, didn't like the formula, bought it again a little bit ago, and I like it. So I find that with a lot of products, just because you didn't like it the first time, don't just throw it in the back of your drawer and never use it again. The blendability, I like the coverage. I think it looks nice, not too heavy, not too sheer, because what's the point of a sheer concealer? But I also found that I love the undertone, a little more yellow. I know everyone has basically told me my whole life to use a peachy, pinky concealer under your eyes that's going to help cancel out the dark circles. Well, since I've been using, and that's all I have, like all my under eye concealers are pink and peach, and I never felt like it actually covered up. It almost just kind of made them look worse. And since I've been using the yellow toned one, I think this one works so much better. I also have a drugstore option. This is the Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Light, and not only is it has that little bit of yellow, just a little bit. You're not going to look like you have highlighter on your eyes, but it's just going to give you a little something that, for me personally, in my skin tone, I think cancels out darkness better than any pink or like cool tone concealer will do. This bigger swatch is the Maybeline, and then the smaller swatch is the Nars Custard. I'll move on to powder. I know everyone and their mom talks about the Mercier translucent powder. I just think that nothing else makes my concealer last as long. I bake no matter what. I always apply a heavy layer of powder under my eyes, and then I let it sit for a little bit and I wipe it off. I just think that it makes a huge difference. I think my concealer doesn't crease. My concealer doesn't go anywhere. I just love this stuff. Along the lines of concealer, I just want to quickly shout out my beauty blender. I use this every single time I put on makeup. I don't know how I would apply my concealer without this. If I try to use my finger, if I try to use a brush, I just don't like it. There's something about this. It adds a little bit of moisture to your under eye. I bake with it. I can do my foundation with it. I don't know. You need a beauty blender if you don't have one. You can even get the Real Techniques one, which is like, mine's super dirty. It looks like this. It's like $6. This one works really good too. I think I like this one a little bit better, but this one's good, really good. So you need a sponge. So I'll start off with this because I just really, really love this. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette Contour. Really long name, unnecessary. It's in the Dolce de Leche shade. It is, it's not the darkest. I think it's the lighter one. And it has a contour and a highlight. And I don't even really mess with the highlight too much. It's nice. It'll set your concealer fine. But this contour shade is so creamy, so blendable. And it's such a good shade. If you could see it on the back of my hand, it's not gonna look too ashy, and it's not gonna look too warm. I think that if you're a beginner to contour, or if you're somebody who has 5 contour kits and you just want another one, I think this is so good. And it's like $3 or something. You can't beat it. It blends so good. The undertone is perfect. You're not gonna look like you got punched. You're not gonna look like an Oompa Loompa. I love this. Talking about a blush really quickly, this is Infatuation by Makeup Geek, and I like the formula of these blushes. They're really nice, a little powdery, but when you just apply a little bit, super pigmented, like ridiculous. It's right here. I just love that this shade warms up the face. I think that you can wear just this, no bronzer, and look beautiful, and I can't say that for a lot of my blushes. When you apply this, you seriously just want to tap your brush in once, like just once, and then tap it off. I even tap my brush off quite a few times and then apply it, and that will probably be good for both your cheeks depending on how much blush you want. But I really find that these are super pigmented, so it's gonna last forever. It's Makeup Geek. It's like $9, I think. Super affordable. I love this. I love these. I know everybody has these. These are Anastasia Glow Kits and Gleam in That Glow. I love them both. I think they're beautiful. In That Glow, I love the Sunburst shade. It looks straight up yellow, and I was like, how is that possibly going to look good on my skin? But there's something about it on the skin. Like, it doesn't look yellow on the skin. Maybe if you're super fair, you won't like this. I think the rule of thumb is if you're more fair, go with the Gleam. If you're more tan, go with the That Glow. But they're both beautiful. I love to mix the two because I like kind of a neutral highlight. So I'll do a darker shade from one and the lighter shade from the other. I love Bubbly. I think it's a really pretty champagne shade. And then I love Crushed Pearl and Mimosa. Those two. I mean, just depending on what the makeup look. Today I'm wearing Crushed Pearl and Bubbly. I have a tutorial on this makeup look. I'm not sure which one's going to go up first, but I will link it below if it's already up. And if not, then it'll be up shortly. So I love both of these. And then I was also looking at my collection at highlighters, and I think this one is so good. It's e.l.f. Baked Blush, but it's not a blush. It's definitely a highlight. And it's called Pinktastic. And this is like $3. It is so cheap. But it's so good. I mean, it's so reflective. When I mix Bubbly and Crushed Pearl, I mix these two. I mix Mimosa and Crushed Pearl all the time. And those two mixed together are almost exactly the same as the Pinktastic. So if you're somebody who wants this and you're just like, $40 too much, get this one. You will love it. It's beautiful. Yes. Okay, and then a couple of just random ones before I get onto the lips. Brow gel. This is my Loreal Brow Stylist Plumper. This is the medium to dark. If I wear a full face of makeup or if I wear absolutely no makeup, I'm probably always wearing this. This is just a brow gel. It's going to comb up your hairs. It's going to keep them in place. It's going to give them a little bit of color if you get any powder or something in your brows. But I just love this. It keeps my brow hairs that sometimes fall down just in place and looking good. Next, I want to talk about the lashes I'm wearing right now. These are the Koko Godess lashes. They're a dupe for the House of Lashes Iconics. I love these because I think you can wear them with no liner, with liner, dramatic, more natural. I think that they're edgy and they're different and they're beautiful. I love them. And then last but not least is lip products. I only have 2 for this month. So I have a liner, and this is MAC Stripdown, and I just love this liner for any nude lip. It's right there. I just think that it's just it's a neutral brownish shade with a little bit of peach, and this works with anything that's a nude or towards the peachy spectrum. If it's more pink, you could still wear it, but I have different lip liners I like better, but anything just plain nude or more peachy, I love this. I think it's so good, and I love the formula of this. I know a lot of people don't like them because they're dry, but for some reason I like that. If you're somebody who overlines your lips, sometimes a creamy lip liner can just like, and all of a sudden you're like, had these huge clown lips. Something about this, I can just really slowly and precisely just overline or line just regularly, and I just really like the formula and the shade. And then this liquid lipstick I've just really been loving. It's Bow and Arrow by Kat Von D, and this looks really pretty with the lip liner, and it's just like, I don't even know how to describe this. It's so different from anything I would wear, but I love it so much. It's like a nude with a hint of pink and like some brown. It's a liquid lipstick, so it's gonna last. It's gonna last forever on your lips. It a little bit goes a long way, and I just love the shade. It's just something different, but you can wear it with whatever. I've been wearing it all the time. Sandstorm by NYX is really close to the shade, and then I don't have the Dolce K Kylie lips with me, but that color is super close. So if you really want a Dolce K and you're like, I can't get it or I don't want to spend the money, Bow and Arrow is a really good option, and so is NYX Sandstorm. Sandstorm's like literally a quarter of a shade darker, but it doesn't dry completely matte. Bow and Arrow dries matte, matte, matte. This dries to like a satin finish. So it's not going to stay on as long, but still a long wearing lip product. And then Dolce K is super similar to both of these. So if you're in the market for Dolce K and you're not trying to spend $30 for that, try the NYX, try the Bow and Arrow. I think they're really, really comparable. These are all the products I've been loving in March. I really hope that you liked it. I know it was a lot of products and they were just kind of like basics, but I just wanted to kind of throw out some basic things that I just really love, that I really like, have been not nonstop picking up this month. That way we'll get that over with, and then the next months and stuff, they'll be a little bit more interesting and a little bit less of just like a whole face of makeup. But yeah, that's basically all my favorites. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you want to learn how to get this look, then there will be a tutorial up for just like a really springy makeup look. And then if this is too much makeup for you, my next tutorial is going to be something super natural, just like a handful of products, in and out of the door makeup look. It might even be all drugstore, maybe not all drugstore, but mostly drugstore. So yeah, look out for that if this is just way too much makeup for you. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed and liked looking at all the products I've been loving this month, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye!